Endless hypocrisy from the Democrats who can't stop breaking their own pandemic rules while demanding everybody else follow them. Stacey Abrams causing a huge uproar over this photo in a room full of young masked children. And after she got caught, Abrams deleted the tweet and then used Black History Month to deflect from the criticism. And the dishonesty doesn't end there. Squad member Jamal Bowman and New York City Mayor Eric Adams both caught maskless after telling everybody to follow the rules and doubling down on mask mandates for schools. But New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy offering his party a breath of fresh air, announcing his state will finally end its school mask mandate in a return to normalcy. And other states like Delaware and Connecticut are following suit, but the White House is remaining defiant.
Our advice to every school district is to abide by public health guidelines. It continues to be at this point that the CDC is advising that masks can delay, reduce transmission. There are also a number of other mitigation measures that we've put in place, but that continues to be CDC guidance. We certainly understand and have seen in polling that the public is tired of COVID. We understand that. So are we. Our responsibility as the federal government is to rely on the data and the science that is being analyzed by our public health experts, and we'll continue to rely on that for what recommendations we're making.
And liberal comic Bill Maher once again blasting his party on this issue.
Doesn't it make more sense to focus on helping the vulnerable stay safe and let the rest of us go back to living normal lives? There's always going to be another variant. It's time to do what a growing list of countries have done and announce we're going back to something more like normal. Beginning with recognizing that what we're doing to kids is unnecessary and horrible.
Greg, when I saw the Stacey Abrams picture, I thought to myself, I can't wait till Monday around 5 o'clock.
You know what? Forgive me, but I think I'm going to pounce. Yeah, I think we're going to pounce. I'm like a snake in the. Pouncing, though, implies a surprise attack. When something like this happens, the media always says, here they come. Fox News is going to pounce. Republicans are going to pounce. They cover that angle instead of addressing the meaning of the story, which is an abuse of power, which is it's crystallized in this photo. She's not following the rules that she enforces on others. And then so what the media would rather do, because it's so obvious, is that they go, look at those Republicans, those right-wingers. But she did. She actually used Black History Month. Yep. She basically said, I think she said something like, it's shameful our opponents are using Black History Month reading event as impetus for false political attack. No one mentioned that except for her. So she won't wear a mask, but she's happy using race as a shield. Ooh. Thank you very much. It's key, however, to keep... I know these are like small little gotcha moments. They seem small, but they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not, because if we let this slide, it gets worse, because the public has to remind the leaders that we are watching you, that you are not immune. Because if you're going to do this to us, we're going to do this to you. It's really important.
It's not small ball, because an image, Dana, that goes out throughout the whole country, that image is so powerful of her sitting there with the kids behind her masked up, that will change people's opinions on masks in schools like you will not believe.
You know, there wasn't even an image of Mitt Romney's dog on top of the car, except for in your own mind.
A mental image.
And that was you know, like no one could ever get out of their mind. This is my favorite story from the weekend by far. This is a person who is supposed to have incredible political instincts. And instead of just being able to say, whoops, sorry, they double down, triple down, and then they make it so much worse for themselves. They could have had a minor inconvenience, and now this is a story that everyone will run with. And it happens to be on the same day that all these other Democratic governors are saying, you know what, I think we're done here. So who should be mad, right? Is it the right that's mad? No, we're kind of laughing, saying, oh, okay, fine. The people who are the progressive left, they should be mad, because it's making their argument so much harder to make. And also, these parents they follow the science. The CDC is behind where everybody else is. And we know that because we've even seen that. Remember the school, the union saying, no, we want these masks. And so then the White House backfilled it to make sure that it could happen. This is not the first time that she's made mistakes like this. If you think back to remember Major League Baseball pulling out of Georgia? And then she writes this piece in the USA Today. And then when there was backlash, she ghost edited it. And then there was another controversy because the editors let her do it.
Yeah.
This is a person who claims she is still the governor of Georgia, that she was the rightful owner. And you think about the kind of press that somebody else gets for claiming that they won an election that they didn't win.
Yeah.
And they let this woman off all the time. I'm, for one, am very much looking forward to the fact that Kemp and Purdue down in Georgia will be united at least on one issue, and it will be this one.
That is true. Judge?
You know, the amazing part of it is that she says she's still the governor, that she should have been the governor, that she actually won the election. And I say to myself, she should have been the governor. You know why? Because that's exactly how a governor would be acting. You'd be sitting there with all the kids masked, but you're not masked. I'll tell you what, this photo is what infuriates Americans.
Yep.
It isn't even about the mask. It's about a dug-in belief that, and it's not just, you know, mask for thee and not for me, but a reminder of everything that we went through for 2 years, from businesses that had to close, economy was shut down, from funerals we couldn't go to, from sick people being sent to the senior homes. All of that reminder. This is a reminder that these people see us as nothing more than peons, that they are the exalted. They believe, go around without a mask. They don't think they need a mask. They think just the little people need a mask. And it's infuriating. When she reverts to Black History Month, I hate that. That's basically saying, you can't criticize me, it's Black History Month. We can criticize anyone in this country. This is still America, as hard as they try to change it.
Harold Ford Jr.?
So, look, I agree with Dana's point that if I were working for Stacey Abrams, I would have just come out to say, hey, she's vaccinated, she's boosted, she had a quick picture, she took the mask down. You know, I'm not one to racialize things, and there was no need. If there was an effort here, I don't see what gain you made from it. But I look at the positiveness, not just her, but where we are. To your point, Murphy now saying we're going to relax the mask wearings. More than 4 out of 5 Americans have one vaccine. More than 3 out of 5 Americans are fully vaxxed. 2 out of 5 Americans are boosted, whom are eligible. If we were having this conversation a year ago and she went out the mask, it would be a far bigger story in my mind. What I do think that some of my friends need to do, and if I were advising Ms. Abrams, say, look, it was a mistake. And here we are, have made a lot of progress. I hope we can reduce the mask mandates or the mask, relax some of these requirements. But I decided to go without. And I hope I didn't get it. And I hope I didn't infect any kids. But to use the Black History Month, it's not my cup of tea and not how I would have handled it.
All right. Well, she ended the pandemic, all right? It's official, right? We didn't have to wait for Gayle King to run naked through Times Square.
She should have just gone with it and said, you know what? Nobody needs to wear a mask. And then she would have been the leader.
Yeah, she said, you know, she should have said Gutfeld said it was over on the first.
She is the governor. That's a leadership move.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To the judge's point.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.